Welcome back to another bar by bar analysis. I appreciate those that watched the first video yesterday. It was very introductory. I was just trying to get intros out of the way. Today, I definitely don't want to make the video as long, so I'm going to get right into it. I started trading, at market open 8:30, and then I finished trading about 10 a.m. Central Time. And right now it's just past noon, so I thought, that's enough time for people to get their trades in the morning. And here I am making another bar by bar analysis video. So, it's good practice for me. It's good practice for you. Go back, analyze your trades, see what you did right, what you could have done differently, just like I'm trying to do. And I did start this. I had my chart all marked up. And then I erased everything, and then I just put in some basics here to start out the day, and that should help kind of get the brain flowing, and I can kind of think freely and start analyzing the charts and helping you guys out. So this is what I saw for the day. As always, I draw in pre-market resistance and support levels. 8:30 is over here, so I'd have to push up a little bit, but I'll stop right there for a second. So prices pushed down, pushed up above EMA, measured two measured moves down below EMA, then pushed back up below EMA. Prices pushed strong down below EMA, and there's a trend that I drew in there. And then I started to see prices moving kind of up and down, up and down, up and down. Once you see this, like prices are moving back up above the EMA to this high, to this height, but then they're also moving this low to this low. That's when I start looking at a range, and so I drew a range in there. We have a new high here. Um, Prices try pushing back higher again. It doesn't work. Prices start moving down. I drew in a trend like this. We have a break of this trend down to a new low. And this is where I started to see, okay, we're at a new low. We're looking for a failed second entry short to go long. That's at least what I'm thinking about right now, because EMA is down close to the support level at the bottom. We have a new low, first entry short. And there's that second entry short, and I didn't like that, but I was still looking to go long because this bearish bar closed above the EMA. And so in my mind, that's a good thing. If prices are closing above EMA, then maybe my bias is correct. We're looking to go higher, and maybe test the tops of these ranges. So first entry short, second entry short, but I don't like it. I don't like that bar. And then this bar forms, and it's a doji bar. I'm not, it's a little bit bullish, but I'm not a fan. This is the bar that I liked, and this is where market open started. Market opens at 8:30 Central Time, and I see this bar. First entry short, second entry short, failure. All these bars are closing above the EMA, and so I think that's a relatively safe trade to take. I ended up taking that trade, and went long, and I scalped out from my 6 points. Um, I do have the plot execution. So this is exactly where I entered and where I exited the trade. I was looking for a one tick retracement, but the market was moving kind of fast and I really wanted to get in this. So I think I might have pulled back a little bit more just to enter that trade. I don't think I'll always show plot executions, but um, that is one of the trades I took. That was the first trade I took for the morning. So let's continue on here and let's see what prices are doing. So not looking to go long again. Prices pushing back low below EMA. And then, one other thing to note is when prices didn't reach the top of this trading range and they started to come back down to the bottom, I start looking at this range and I remind myself, what kind of range is this? Is this more of a bearish range? Is this more of a bullish range? One of the rules about ranges is if you trade down into the range, you're most likely to trade down out of the range. So you move into the range here, ranging, still a little bit bearish, you're probably going to trade down. So at this point in time, when prices didn't come back up to the top, I'd be very cautious about trying to go long. Um, First entry, second entry short. I personally don't like this trade for why I just stated. I'm not really looking to go short at this point. There's a higher, or I'm sorry, a lower high here. We have a higher high compared to this low here. I'm sorry, a higher low compared to this low here. So I think some people might argue, yeah, I'm going to go long here. I personally don't like that idea. We're starting to push out of the range in this region, and um, I don't know. Me personally, I just don't like it. I think some people manage to scalp out, especially if you're going for 4 ticks. If you get a 1 tick retracement in 2 to 4, that's 2 points right there. You still would have gotten out. I personally don't like that trade. So we have a small, slight double bottom here. First, and that resets the count. First entry short, second entry short. I wasn't looking at trading here because EMA was really flattening out. We're moving above, below, above. Most likely, you're probably going to get that scalp. And to be honest, that might be a good trade to take actually. I didn't take it. Um, Maybe I was looking at something else at the time or I wasn't looking at all. But if that bar closes just below EMA, I'd probably risk taking it. Um, Now you do get the point. You do get the scalp. So because your stop is going to go 1 tick above the signal bar, and if this is your signal bar, you're putting your stop 1 tick above that, so you're going to be okay. I didn't end up taking that trade, but that's another one I guess you could have taken. Now some people when you're in a trading range, some people like trading failed breakouts. To me, that's still something I'm kind of working on getting used to. I'm not as comfortable doing it. So when we start trading out of this range, I'm not really looking to buy back into it. Uh, Again, we have to remember this trading range bias. We traded down into the range. We're mostly going to trade down out of the range. So I don't think we're going to push back up, at least at this moment in time. I apologize if I'm talking too much here. I know we're already 7 minutes in. I'm going to keep chugging along here. So first entry, second entry long if it triggers above this bar, and it does. Some people are going to go long there. They'll get their scalp. Good job. Now as prices push down lower here, I'm looking at where's the trend starting. This downtrend is starting here. Not looking at buying any of this. First entry short coming back up to the top. If we get a good signal bar, see this bar right here closed above the EMA. So according to my rules, I can't trade this. Could it work for some people? Sure. Some people are going to try going short here. I guess it would make sense, right? You have this trend drawn in place. We have a break of that trend, and we're looking for that new low. Do you get it? You get the scalp. Are we going to get that new low? Nope. At least not that I see right now. But as we're pushing out, these are just some things I'm looking at. Prices pushing higher. Some people would see this first entry short. Okay, I remember. So at this part of the day, this is where a second trade of mine came into play. So what I was looking at is, and we can probably remove this because that's a little too wide. What I was looking at the time was a nice strong uptrend. The momentum kind of started to fade a little bit. We one more attempt to try and go higher, and then prices reversed down. Now this bar right here was very important in this moment when I was trading. Let me extend this a little bit here. And before I forget, so this trading range, once we trade down out of the trading range, I don't really extend. Once that trading range is gone, we're trying to push back up into it, but until we get more data, I'm not going to extend that trading range. But anyway, so prices are pushing down. We have a nice bullish push, and now we have a bearish push. And with this bar here, it started going up. It ticked 1 tick up above this previous bar and then immediately turned down. And then I think towards the end of its close, it closed right in the center there. So um, I was paying attention to that. I saw first entry long. When we got this next bar, it closed below EMA. My thought process was, well, this 200 EMA is, we're in a downtrend, right? Where price is going to want to go first, I was thinking, given these bearish bars, that we're going to go down first before we go up, especially because this bar tried going up first and it wasn't working. And so I saw first entry long, and then our second attempt to go long here. But then when the bar reversed, prices reversed, and it closed below EMA, this is where I took my second trade, and ended up getting a really nice runner. Um, I scalped out there, and then I had one more contract in play all the way down here. And so I don't know exactly how much I got off this. Off that one contract, 587, 587.50. So roughly 12 points. And so I was really happy about that trade. Um, and that was just, my eyes were attached to the screen, and that's what I was looking at the moment. Okay, so prices continuing along here, and at this point, hey, let's draw that trend in. Break, new low. And when we have this break in new low, I'm thinking, okay, once we have the break in new low, we're either going to correct for a little bit or we're going to straight up reverse, right, to the other side. And so that's what I'm thinking about right now. I'm not trying to continue to go long, or I'm sorry, continue to go short. I see prices start to kind of correct, as I was mentioning. And what do I see? I see prices start to consolidate a little bit. It's finding a level of support down here. And all these stems, when I see these stems going up and down, you can get chopped up here, right? Something could look so good. It's like first entry, second entry short. Oh, we're in a downtrend. I'm going to go short here. And you're going to try shorting there and you're going to get burned. So when I see these stems like this, I literally think barbed wire. It looks like barbed wire. I'm staying out of that. I'm not going to play with that. And that's just how I think of it. We have a new low here. Some people would even draw a little range, something like that. We have a new low. First entry short above EMA, right? Are you going to go short here? That's a second entry short. Some people will say, well, I'm going to trade, I'm going to treat this as like a failed breakout, right? We're breaking out of the range. So first entry short, second entry short. I'm personally not going to go short there just because we closed above EMA. Does it work for some people? Sure. But, that might work for you. But again, my thought process was, hey, we're moving down, break, new low. We're kind of finding a level of support. I'm not trying to go short into that support. If anything, and this is what I was thinking, I'm like, we're going to go back long. We're going to start moving back towards this 200 EMA. Excuse me. One thing to mention, prices, right, will move around this 21 EMA like it's a rubber band. So as these prices shoot up above EMA, eventually it's going to come back down. And as it goes down through the EMA, it's going to eventually come back up, right? This EMA is a magnet. It's a rubber band. It pulls the prices closer. The same way I see this 200 EMA in relation to the 21 EMA. So if prices are pushing below, let's see if I can. If prices are pushing below, strong below EMA, EMA is pushing nice and far down away from its 200 EMA, it's going to treat it like a rubber band. It's going to pull it right back up. And that's exactly what happens. And then down and then up, down, down, and up, down. So in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, well, we're going to start moving back up to the EMA. So what am I looking for? I'm not looking to go short again. I'm actually looking to go long. Failed second entry short is what I'm looking for. First entry short, second entry short, and it fails. Prices hold above EMA. I went long here. I went long here. Now I think it might have left without me because this next bar moved relatively fast. It wasn't able to catch it. But hey, as long as we're analyzing the chart and we're on the right side of the market, we're analyzing the context correctly, then that's a really good thing. Okay. So you get that scalp for sure. And then prices are starting to find its way back down into this range. And that's where people will try shorting, right? It's like, oh, I'm going to try shorting right here, but then prices will make one more move high, stop you out, and then prices push back exactly where you thought they were going to go. So it's risky, and you got to be very careful. Um, as prices are moving up and down below EMA, I'm going to go ahead and extend this a little bit because that's just what I see at this point in time. We have a new low. Prices push strongly below EMA. That's a big bar. 31 ticks. Damn. EMA is kind of flattening out, right? Once you get more data, you can start to see, okay, prices pushing below, above EMA. All right, prices pushing above EMA, first entry, second entry short. So some people are going to try fading this back into the range, right? First entry, second entry short, but people don't like that signal bar, right? Once prices tick above this bar and they reverse and finish, if you get a good signal bar, you know, it might be a little bit of aggressive, but honestly, you could go short there. You can go short there because remember, think of that rubber band. Like prices are shooting up above this established trading range. Where are they most likely going to go? Back down. Remember, we traded down into this trading range. So most likely we're going to trade down and out of this trading range. So some people are going to take that. I don't think I took it. I didn't take it, but I could see why people did take it. And it does work. It does work. Prices trade back down right into the range. We continue to extend. And what else are we looking at? First entry, second entry short. I really should have stopped. But first entry, second entry long failure. This is, I think, I have to remember if I took. I think I did. Yeah, I did take a trade there. I couldn't remember. But go ahead and mark that. It makes sense. First entry long, second entry long. Remember what I was just saying? We trade down into the range. We're most likely going to trade down and out of the range. That's a failure, right? First entry long, second entry long fails. Prices close below EMA. You're going to get that scalp. And then you're going to go ahead and watch prices continue to go. Now, one thing I should mention, this stem says a lot because it's telling us prices tried pushing above EMA. It didn't work. It came back down and closed well below EMA. If this stem wasn't here, if this stem stopped where my cursor is below the EMA, I most likely I would not have taken that trade. But because the stem went so high, I thought, okay, prices really tried. It didn't happen. It finished nice bearish bar. I got in there and got my scalp. Okay, let's continue on here. Price is finding some support. First entry, second entry short. Now, at this moment in time, let's think for a second, right? And I really should be drawing trend lines. I'm not really, and I should be. This is the other thing I think I had drawn in. You draw this trend line, break, looking for that new low of the short-term trend. And that's what we want to do. We want to draw short-term trends. This was another one I had. Start low, break of the short-term trend, looking for that new high, right? I don't know, some people would argue, hey, maybe this is something more like that. Price is holding, break, looking for a new high. I think I might have been thinking that at the time here too, but okay, so trend line's moving down, break, looking for a new low, first entry short, second entry short. That's a big bar, 19 ticks. I think after we made this move down, I thought, well, prices were trying to push above the EMA here. We could get trapped here. And so I think I stayed out of this. I don't want to say I think I did stay out of it because I didn't trade that, but it does work for some people, and I can understand why. Look, you have room to the bottom here. That makes sense. But at the same time, I wouldn't have been surprised if people got trapped, if prices pushed a little bit and then reversed above EMA. But when you think about the overall rules of the trading range, that probably would have been a good trade to take. First entry long, second entry long here at the bottom of the range. I personally don't want to take that. Again, just based on the rules, we're most likely going to fail down. We don't. You would have gotten that scalp. And this is, I think, where I stopped trading for the day, 10 a.m. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 potential trades. I traded 4 of them. I traded 3 of them, but because I missed this one just left without me. But regardless, let's continue to go on and see how the day would have progressed. So just kind of looking for more data, right? Some people are probably going to start saying, okay, maybe we're in a range, or not in a range. We're starting to trend down. So let's look for second entry shorts, right? The only concern I would have is this support level down here, the pre-market. Let's see how prices react as prices move down here. As prices move back up to the EMA, notice how I kind of slow down because I want to, that's where my eyes are glued to the screen. I want to see exactly what's going on. So, prices move down to the support level, then they come back up above EMA. So we broke this short-term trend, looking for this new low. First entry long. Wow, it's a far second entry short. First entry short, second entry short, but I still wouldn't take that because it's above EMA. First entry long, second entry long. This is a risky one. Some people are going to argue, hey, we're looking for a new low, so that's a good trade to take second entry short. Try and go short. Maybe you trap some people, go long here. First entry, second entry. I don't think I would have taken it, but that's a risky one that I guess you could take. I wouldn't be upset with you if you took it. And yeah, you would have gotten that scalp. Continue on here, a new high. First entry long, second entry long below EMA. I'm not taking that. See, look at that. Some people are gonna get stopped out, and to be honest, that's a failure. I mean, that's a trap that you could trade. Even without looking at that bar, you have to notice, hey, we're at a new high. First entry long, second entry long. If that triggers and it moves the other way, you got to set your entry somewhere here. You have room to the lows here, and you're looking for this new low, right? So ticks up, and never mind, it never triggers. If it triggered below this bar, then you'd go short there, but it never triggered, so you stay out of that. But prices are kind of consolidating here at the bottom of this range. And I see prices moving up, down, up, down, up, down. So let's draw in this range here. Some people might trade this failed breakout, remember. You got a short-term trend moving up, break, new high, first entry, second entry short. Some people are going to trade that. I don't even want to mark it because I wouldn't trade. I'm just not going to trade that. We're coming from the lows. Hypothetically, we're trying to make our way back up to these highs. We're trying to move back up. We've been at a downtrend for a while. This is a nice steep downtrend. This one's kind of, it's a downtrend, but it's not as strong, I think. The momentum isn't as high as it was right here, so I'm not looking to go short. You would have gotten the scalp, but I also do see here high, first entry short, second entry short. EMA is pushing nice and high. That's a very big bar. I wouldn't go long there. I'm not even going to mark it, but I could see why people would go long there. And see, you would have gotten that scalp. You would have been in that trade for a little bit, but yeah, whether you're going for 2 points or whatnot, you would have gotten out of that. We got a new high, first entry. I don't like that bar. People are gonna try and go long there. I don't like that bar. Second entry long, if it ticks up 1, look at that. It traps people going second entry long. Some people, if you want to put a stop order right below this, it falls, look at that. People are going to get that scalp from, even if you go 2.5 down to 0, you would have gotten that trade. So think about what you're looking at. People are trying to trade back down, or the prices are trying to move back down into the range. New high, first entry long, second entry long failure. This is where the second entry long got people into the trade, right? People are in here, 5.5 up to 7. You got people in there. People are sweating. They're like, "Oh, I gotta get my scalp in. I gotta catch the move," and then it reverses and it goes back down. Prices move back down, and you would have gotten a scalp. Prices are pushing up. You know, my eyes aren't as glued to the screen. I'm not looking to counter trend trade, right? People are going to be like, "Oh, that's a second entry short right there, right? First entry, second entry short. If that triggers, right? It would have triggered. You would have been in it." I'm not a fan of that because prices are moving. Prices are above EMA, so we're most likely going to be pushing up. Let me extend this a little bit. Now, as prices start coming back to the EMA, I want to start thinking, okay, what's going on here? Oops, I moved it too far. I didn't cheat though. What am I looking at? Probably going to note, you know, this move, right? Prices moving up. You want them nice and tight here. You don't, especially when you don't have a lot of data, you don't want to start doing this. That's too wide. That doesn't help you too much. You want more data first before you do stuff like that. So we have a break, new high, looking for that first entry. And there's that first entry long. Start at the top, draw your short-term trend line, right? First entry long. And that's also a break. We're down to a new low. And this bar is a nice bullish bar. Now it's a big bar, 22 ticks. But based on price action rules, you had a move, break to new high. Prices are moving down, break down to a new low. And that's a second entry long. I hope this works. Okay, thank goodness it works. So prices work, or the rules work. You would have gotten scalped out there. And if you got lucky, you might have gotten a nice runner. Prices would have moved up a bit. Second entry short. You're not looking to go short in this uptrend. Now look, as you get more action, you get more prices here. You can start looking at drawing in that trend line. Look at that. 1, 2, 3 touches, 4 touches. First entry, second entry long. It's risky, but I'm gonna do it. That's a good place because let's see what's going on. Technically, I don't know. Break new high or break looking for a new high. And you would have gotten trapped there. I would have gotten trapped there at least for a second. Because I think I would have taken that, right? Who got stuck here? That's what I want to know. I guess the only thing that would have kept you out is, hey, prices technically, once they finish down here, these prices should be pushing higher. Midline's holding, keeps you out of it. But no, I would have gotten stopped out because I would have traded that. Kind of looking here. Seeing how prices react. I see a new low. But we're also maybe trying to find a new high here. I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, prices are finding this new high of this trend. Again, counter trend trading. I don't like it. First entry, second entry. Maybe you would have scalped out, or you would have scalped out. But I personally don't like that. Coming back up, coming back up. Prices far away from EMA. I don't like that. Okay, prices are coming back down. So what are we doing? First entry long. Bad signal bar. Very bearish signal bar. Prices trading back down below. Is that even a break in a new low? I mean, I don't really know about that. Doesn't look like it. Break in new low. I mean, we're still pushing up. We're above 200 EMA. I actually think we're coming towards the end here. First entry short, second entry short. New high. And this is where we're at for the day then. So, for the most part, if you follow the rules the best you can, you would have gotten some good trades. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then this trade, I mean, at least me, I would have gotten stopped out. Why would you have stayed out of this trade? Let me know in the comments. And okay, I'm looking at the time right now, 30-minute video. I'm sorry again that it took so long. Sometimes it's hard. I get lost in train of thought. I'm also trying to move things along. But this is my analysis bar by bar for March 4th, 2022. If you like the video, please leave a like. Please give me a comment. Let me know how I'm doing. Let me know how it's helping you. Give me a timestamp of an area of the chart you're analyzing. Did I draw something in that you don't like? Am I not drawing enough? Right? Help me out. Help me become a better trader. I'm open to any and all criticism. But I appreciate you guys watching this second video. Again, I plan on doing this every day. Next week is going to be a little bit busy for me, so I apologize if I can't get a video or two in on Tuesday and Wednesday. I've got some things going on, but I'm definitely going to do my absolute best. So thank you again for watching, and until next time, thanks.